Dear aspirants, welcome to my channel. This is an model question paper 1, first semester construction material. Subject code is 25CE11I. These are the 3 marks questions. Here they are asking difference between granite and sandstone based on their property. So coming to the differences in the granite and sandstone. So the first case, coming to the composition of the granite and sandstone. So it is a granite is an igneous rock. It mainly contains, it's having a quartz, feldspar and mica. So coming to the composition of the sandstone, sandstone is a type of sedimentary rock and it is also made up of a sand like a small size grains. Okay, and it contains quartz and also it's a combination of silica minerals. Okay, it is a cemented together combination of silica or calcium carbonate materials which will be present in the sandstone. So that is the composition. Coming to the hardness and durability. So in the granite, it is a name only granite. It is a very hard and durable materials. It is resistance to weathering action and erosion. Okay, and it which we can use it for floors and all we are using. Okay, and construction due to it will give the good strength. So coming to the granite. So coming to a sandstone. Sandstone, the name only it is sandstone, it is a softer material while compared to the granite, and it also can easily weather more, weathering, it will be easily weathered, and it is a good building material and which we can use it for decorative purpose. Okay, there we are using this sandstone material. And next property, coming to an appearance. So granite, it is a granular appearance due to it is having a different minerals and different colors which will can available in a market. We are having white, pink color, gray color, black color granite which we are using. And coming to a sandstone, so it is look like a sandy materials and it is having good uniform structure and it is having a different shades, brown, red, yellow, tan. It's a different type of materials. It should be depending upon the type of a sand and cementing material that coming to an appearance. The next question, the function of lime silica in a ordinary Portland cement. What is the function which will be present in the ordinary Portland cement? So lime, coming to a lime function, you can write chemical formula CaO. So what is the primary function? What is the primary function of the lime which will be present in the ordinary Portland cement? It is a very important ingredient. Okay, in the lime, which silica should be present in the cement. So it is in the form of, what is the silica which will be form of calcium silicate hydrate, that which we call CSH during hydration. So this formation will be takes place. And what is the role of the silica which is responsible for strength development of the cement? It is the role. When a cement which will be react with the water, what will happen? There is a chemical reaction, hydration will be takes place. There is a formation of number of ingredients should be present in the cement. It will be form a calcium silicate hydrate will be formation. So what is the function of the lime which will be present in the ordinary cement? It helps you to control the setting time of the cement and contribute the hardening. Setting time, it will be settled more time. It will give the good strength of the cement. So that is the main function of the lime. Coming to a silica, SiO2, this is what is the primary function of the silica? When a silica which will be react with a lime, silica lime will be present in the cement which will be react with a lime, what will happen? You will get a calcium silicate compound. Mainly it may form tricalcium silicate or dicalcium silicate. These are two types of the silicates which will be formed when you react with a lime to silica. And what is the role of this? If these silicates which will be formed, it will give the good strength and durability of the cement. Okay, and what is an other function coming to the silica? What is the main function of the silica which will be help you to control the volume stability of the cement, shrinking and expansion, that we volume stability, to prevent the shrinkage during a setting time. It will give the volume of the cement when it will be shrinkage going to reduce while the setting process of the cement. The next question, difference between first class and second class bricks. So we can see the difference coming to an quality wise. What is the quality wise, the first class bricks and second class, how you are going to differentiate. So coming to an first class brick, if you come into the quality wise, it is having a high first class name only it indicate. It is having a, it is made up of high quality clay and it is well burned and uniform size and shape of the material. So coming to a second class brick, it may be little bit defects which will be present, maybe slight cracks, rough edge and slightly shape variation, that type of the bricks which we call it as in second class of the bricks. Coming to strength wise, the compressive strength of the first class brick, it is more than 10 megapascal. Okay, coming to the second class brick, it is having a lower strength and typically the compressive strength of the material is 7 to 10 megapascal of the bricks. So coming to an appearance, look wise, which you come to the look wise, first class brick, it is having a smooth, clean and very sharp edges with a uniform color. So coming to a second class brick, it is having a rough edges, it's not having a sharp edges, rough edge, irregular shapes and color variation should be takes place appearance. So coming to an next property is an water absorption. If you first class brick which will absorb low water absorption, generally 15%, below 15%. Second class brick, it having a higher water absorption, it will be 20%, means it is having a more, it's inside the porous will be more in the second class bricks. Next property is usage. How you are going to use, where you have to use, that usage nothing but where you have to use. If you go for the first class bricks, these brick which we can use it for load bearing walls, exposed masonry and decorative works, we are using first class bricks. Coming to a second class brick which we can use it for where the load will be very non-load bearing walls, nothing but load will be very less there and the less appearance, where the importance will not be there for appearance purpose, there we can use second class brick. So next is explain any three advantages of using autoclaved aerated concrete blocks or over traditional solid concrete blocks in terms of their property. You have to explain the advantages. Okay. So coming to the light, their properties, coming to advantage their properties, lightweight. So aerated block nothing but it's having a very less, aerated name only indicate very less. So it is having a lighter than solid concrete blocks, present in the air in the pockets. Air pockets will be present in that. It we can easily handle, transport and install, and you can use very less labor cost. Labor will be very less. Coming to a solid concrete blocks, it is having heavier. Okay, it is having a weight will be more. And it is difficult to work, like transportation, installation is very difficult. Coming to a thermal insulation, thermal insulation is temperature. So coming to a aerated block, AC blocks which is having a good insulating property and it will be very comfortable in indoor temperature and reduce the energy consumption of heating and cooling. It will give the proper heat and cool to the rooms. And coming to a solid concrete blocks which will have a less thermal insulating property and it will leads to a higher energy cost of the building. Okay, it will give more energy, more temperature transfer to the building. Coming to the fire resistance, so aerated blocks are having a high fire resistance. Coming to the fire resistance, these blocks having high resistance to fire resistance and better protection against the fires and safety to the building. Coming to a solid concrete blocks which will have also, it is also having a fire resistant, while compared to that it will not protect superior fire protection due to higher structure in the air content. So you cannot compare this. Next is mention the objectives of seasoning and preservation of timber. So coming to an objective on preservation of timber, first one is an preventing decay and rot, nothing but when the why it is happened, coming to a reason. So when the timber is having a moisture content, so what will happen if it is having a moisture content, the fungal will be formation on the surface. Fungal will started to growing, that we call it as a decay and root. How you are going to prevent? Okay. So we have to use a chemical treatment to protect from the insects, fungus, and other environmental damages, and we have to enhancing the durability of the timber. So coming to an improvise and strength and stability. So based on the season, if it having moisture, it will be having a wrapping, cracking, and it started to splitting due to moisture content surrounding environmental. So it is increasing the timber strength durability over time. It is reduce that timber strength over. So coming to a preservation, which we can use it for timber to strong structural sound to prevent the damage which we weaken performance. We have to preserve. We have to go for the treatment to ensure the remaining strong durability of the timber, and we reduce the weakening of the timber. Next is enhancing workability. So workability nothing but while season wise, the timber which we can cut any shape and give any shape and finishing work. To improve this workability in the timber constructions and furnitures, like we are using for furniture and construction field, there are other applications which we can use. How we are going to, we have to give the proper treatment for the timber to maintain the quality, allowing for the better performance of the constructions and use various project. Next is compare ceramic tiles and vitrified tiles for in terms of properties. So we have to compare. Coming to the material composition, ceramic which will be made up of clay and natural materials, and it will fire from low temperature. So vitrified tiles, it is a mixing of silica clay materials, and it is fired higher temperature, making the dense and stronger materials. Coming to a durability, so ceramic material is made up of clay. No, it is having less durable, and if you in the help of you can make it as scratches on the surface, and you can do. Next, coming to the vitrified, it is having high durable. It is resistance by the scratches, and it is withstand heavy by foot traffics. Well, next is a water absorption. So ceramic material, it is having a high absorption, and it is very less. Okay, it become area will be less. It will be a wet area. It will make any glazed property will be takes place. Coming to an vitrified tiles, it is a extremely low water absorption. It's not having a porous materials. That's why it will absorb very less content of the water, and it will be give high moisture, and we can use it for bathrooms and kitchen. Coming to an appearance and finish. Appearance and finish. Coming to appearance, it is a ceramic material. It will give use for wide range, and it will give a better glossy finish. But vitrifies also, it will give glossy and smooth surface, and it will give more polishing look, and you can use for different types of variety of styles of the colors which we can use. Coming to cost wise, it is a ceramic material affordable compared to the vitrified tiles, and the vitrified tiles is more expensive because it is having a durability, finishing, and strength. Next is difference between thermoplastic and thermosetting plastic. So coming to a definition, thermoplastic, it is a soft materials. It is a very soft material. You can reshape multiple times by heating. That is thermoplastic material. But coming to an thermosetting material, so it is undergo a chemical change when heat, which will be form a hard and rigid structure. It cannot be reshaped, and it cannot be softened. That is we call it thermosetting plastic. Okay. So coming to the reusability, so you can make thermoplastic material, you can mold and remold, and you can recycle and reuse anytime, but it is a thermosetting plastic. You cannot be remold, recycle, and you cannot give any proper. Coming to the heat sensitivity, so this material very soft. When you heat, it will be change its shape, and you can make it a reshape. But thermosetting plastic material, it is hard and brittle. When you heat, the shape permanently fixed. Example, so thermoplastic material example is PVC, polyethylene, PE, polystyrene. And coming to the thermosetting plastic, it is a malachite, epoxy, and phenolphthalein resins. Next is list 2 application of plaster of Paris in a civil engineering works. So which we can plaster of Paris, which we can use it for interior wall finishing and repairing and remolding. So plaster of it is a very smooth material, and it which we can use it for a decorative interior walls and ceilings, and it will give the smooth surface for a painting and other finishes which we can use. So repairing and molding nothing but it any cracks will be every cracking, hole making, damages will be takes place on all walls and ceilings. That time this useful for creating a molds and interacting architecture design which we can use it for the plaster of Paris. If the content is useful, please subscribe my channel, share and support. So you can watch more video I am going to upload. Thank you.